always intrigued at doing something like this. This is the first time I've ever been to one of these things, and the theme is triumph. So I sat here for a while. I was like, I was going to go up because I was like, holy shit, out of my whole life, I don't really have an achievement. Like, I won a couple awards. I had a couple good games in like Pop Warner Football League or something when I was like 12. And I was like, holy crap. And I thought about it. I was like, okay, so what is the thing that I'm most proud of? The one thing I did where I was like, holy crap, if I didn't do this thing, someone's life or my life would be altered. But most importantly, someone else's life would be altered in a completely different manner. The one thing that, like, if the Christians are right and I die and there's the pearly gates and God is showing me every fucked up thing I've done, I can point to that one thing and be like, okay, but what? Like, so I thought of this one thing. When I was in the Navy, I was stationed in Yokosuka, Japan, south of Tokyo. Kind of the life of luxury for a military person, honestly. I had a friend named Pete Wilson. He was from Poughkeepsie, actually. And despite his name, he was very, very Italian. And he was very, came from a fast-paced life. He was one of those kids that they stopped doing this when I was in. He got in trouble doing something. So the judge said, okay, the lawyer said, well, if we have you join the military, it was post 9/11, we can, get you out of jail. And they stopped doing this because they found out that, criminals are going to fuck up. Who saw that coming? And the retention rate wasn't high, and he kept on. I mean, this kid just fucked up all. He would go out, he would go away, he wouldn't come back for a while or whatever. He would get in trouble getting drunk or who knows. And he went through every kind of punishment they gave you. They gave you like 45 days where you're restricted to the boat, half your pay. He did that 3 times. They sent him to this one like semi-boot camp ×2 thing to rehabilitate you for like 2 weeks. That's almost the last straw they give you is 3 days bread and water. That's how bad this kid got, where they locked him in jail for 3 days and only fed him bread and water. And he still didn't learn his fucking lesson. And one day he was gone. Again. And figured, okay, well, this was the last straw. I knew when he came back, they were going to kick him out. But no one heard from him for about a week, 2 weeks. And no one, just gone. It was so bad, they had a wanted poster for him, because after 30 days, you're officially a deserter. You're no longer, an unlawful absence, as we called it. And so, right around like 3 weeks, he was gone. And I heard they had his wanted poster. And all the bases, every military base in Japan had a poster of him. Also, my friend comes up to my friend David Edwards on the ship, and he says, listen, Pete contacting us. I was like, whoa, fuck, where is he? He's like, he's around. He's going to come on the 29th day, so he's not officially a deserter. Before we do this, we're going to have a fucking party. I was like, all right. But it was so underground, this thing, because no one, we couldn't tell, no one could find out where they would get him. So it was on the download till the day of it. So I go to this fucking thing, and I haven't seen him in a while, and he meets us outside. It was in Yokosuka, it was in the same town my base, but it's pretty big, about 100,000 people. He was up the lot a couple ways and was in this apartment. He's strung out, shaved head, goatee, looked like Charlie Manson, like 1970s Charlie fucking. And we go up and it's a party. There's Japanese girls that came with a couple of American guys. There's everybody, blah blah blah. There's a kegger. There's a keg. It's a kegger. Everyone's taking shots all night. I see him and this one, and the guys he was staying with, I never met in my fucking life, and I thought Pete was one of my best friends. Never knew these guys in my life. So long story short, I go into the room and I had seen this American girl come in with, I figured she was in the military, with another military guy. And Pete had taken ecstasy or something earlier that night. He was fucked up. And they came in, there was a bedroom, and I was just wandering around, I was drunk. And she's lying on the bed, and Pete's listening to some weird, aggressive music, and he's on the bed. And he's biting her on the sides while he's crawling up on her, on the bed. And while he's crawling up, also he's punching the side of the mattress right next to her, as close as possible, and biting her. And I was like, oh shit, Pete's about to, get down. This girl turns to me and she says, get him off. I'm drunk, I can't do anything. Fuck. And I go up to him and I'm like, Pete, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm about to fuck this bitch right here. He looks me dead in the eyes. And I was like, okay. And I thought to him, and he said, okay, what do I do? I said, What bitch? It was like the quickest witted thing I could pull off. I knew he was fucking. And the guy, the bitch right here, and he takes a swing, full-on swing, right at the girl's face. I stop him. I'm oh, and I look at her like, get up, go. She's like, I can't. Oh my God. Fucking God. All right. I can give him else a crumb. I got him out of there, and I'll never forget that I found the guy she came in with, and I said, get her out. And I'll never forget it. Her walking out, and her looking at me, and just, thank you. And that was probably the best thing I ever did. There you go.